Hey family, hey family, hey family. Happy Friday. Darlene A. Anderson here, entrepreneur, personal and professional development consultant, author of Not Without a Fight, 10 Ways to Win When It Appears You've Already Lost, and You're a Social Media Friend. Happy Friday. Today is Focus Friday. We're going to dive right into it for a second. But of course, I will say, if you are joining us for the very first time or you're a returning viewer, I appreciate you all just the same. Thank you so very much. I ask if you like the video, you click like, you share with your networks, and you subscribe accordingly and click that notification bell so you may be in the know of the latest happenings as they are happening. All right, family, I apologize in advance. I am on the East Coast. My allergies are bothering me, my sinuses are bothering me, but I had to come out here. Wednesday, I wasn't able to come out here, and I said I definitely did not want to put something up for Friday that did not present me, just an audio or an old video. So here I am. If you hear some sneezing or coughing, I apologize. Let's get right on into it. Focus Friday, the topic. Is your fear making you a hypocrite? Well, only you can answer that question, but I'll give you a little story about how it related to me. Back in around, I would say 2015, 2016. This was a time when I had been pursuing entrepreneurship. I had been an entrepreneur, but still working my 9 to 5. And I had sought services through an amazing dietitian out in New York City, Elizabeth Madison, weight loss transformation. She is awesome. It's not just about weight loss. It's really a lifestyle with Elizabeth. She takes it from a holistic approach where she's just getting into your personal and professional day-to-day lives and seeing how that equates to not just how you eat, but how your health is overall, the environment, your meditation life, everything, working out. She's just dope. So again, Elizabeth Madison, weight loss transformation. Okay, so I had been living in Brooklyn, Queens, around the borderline of Brooklyn, Queens, but I had moved to the Bronx, which is another borough in downstate New York. And anybody that knows the Bronx knows that generally when you're in Queens and Brooklyn, it can take you 2.5 hours on any given day to get home, especially when it's rush hour in the morning and in the afternoon. So I had left my job and I am on the way home, and I'm talking to Elizabeth on the phone for our session. And I'm going over everything. And this day was really hard for me because I'm walking to the train from my job and I'm talking to her about my projections and where I wanted to take my business and how I wanted to transition from a 9 to 5. And I was complaining about how long it took me to get home. And she says, Darlene, why aren't you driving? And I said, because I have a fear of driving. And she asked me why, and I explained it. Now I will say some people have fears that are relevant to their lives that make sense for them. Maybe a loved one passed away from a car accident, or maybe they have a phobia of being in a car in a tight space. It varies. My reason wasn't justified, right? So I explained what my reason was, and I told her, well, I had known how to drive since 1999, and at that time, I had had my license. But again, I just wasn't driving because of this fear. And more so the fear was just, and I'll put it out there, it was just highway driving. And I'm sure many of you can relate. I wasn't comfortable with driving on the highway. And I knew to get back and forth from the Bronx to any other borough in Brooklyn or Long Island or even like Westchester, upstate, it would require me to get on some type of highway or some type of bridge. And I just had a big fear of it with no real foundation. It just was my fear because of this. And again, it really wasn't justified why I couldn't drive. And she said, look, you have been working since 2011. And you've been coaching people on being brave and just really maximizing to their fullest potential. Why aren't you doing that? She said, actually, you're being a hypocrite. And I had already written my book. And in my book, I speak about being fearless and all of this. She's like, you're being a hypocrite. And I was like, wow, I never thought about it that way. Was I being a hypocrite? And I'll tell you guys, I really was. It made me so angry that I went home and I gave myself a plan. And I sat and I meditated on it and I asked God, Jesus, please help me get past this fear, because I know that I have the potential to make more money because there are clients that I have to drive to 100%. I knew I couldn't take the Long Island Railroad to visit clients, and I tried. It didn't work. I knew I couldn't take the Metro North to visit clients. I had to get on the road. And I'll tell you guys, within 6 months of me sitting down and doing that plan and conquering my fear, I was on the road. It's like the heavens just opened up for me. My friend was like, look, I have 2 cars and I was thinking about you. And I said, she needs a car. Do you want this car? And it was a truck. It was my very first car, which happened to be a truck. She sold it to me for $500, a truck. And I rode that truck until the wheels came off. I got in it. I taught myself. I refreshed myself more. So I got on the highway by myself. I learned how to park by myself. It was no type of camera to do reverse parking. I did all of that just on the will of wanting to do more and conquering my fears. So I shared this story with you all on today to ask you, what are you promoting that you aren't exercising? And examine why you're not exercising it. Is it fear? Is it because you don't have the funds for it? Whatever it is, you have to ask yourself this question. Am I being a hypocrite in what I'm saying? And if you are, change it. Do more. Believe in yourself. Expect more. That's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys. I'm excited about Monday. I want you to come on back for Motivational Monday. We're going to be talking about who you are, what you do, and what makes you different. Until that time, enjoy your weekend. Again, please like, share, and subscribe accordingly. God bless.